Okay. Hi everyone, this is your girl Larissa, and thank you so much for stopping by to tune in to the third episode of Beauty and Brains. This is honestly just a space designed for you. I really wanted to provide a space where we talk about self-care topics or DEI related topics and provide resources that will help you design the best version of yourself. Why? Because you're bomb, you are loved, you are wanted, and I'm just here to remind you of that. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share to anyone you think it might benefit. Also, if you didn't notice, we have a vibe. We got the candles, we got the beautiful stone. It's a vibe, yeah. Gratitude is the topic for today. Oh my gosh, I love this topic. We're gonna talk about what's gratitude, what are the benefits, how you can practice it, and then we'll end our talk today with just a short activity. So when I think about what gratitude is, I feel like gratitude or gratefulness is like the key to a happy life that we hold in our hands and that we are fully in control of. Because if we're not grateful, it's so hard to be happy or really appreciate the things that and the people that are around us. And given all that's transpired in like the last year with COVID-19 and going through all these changes and police brutality, etc., you know, it's been pretty tough for a lot of us, right? Like we had to adapt and transition into work from home schedule, or had to deal with job losses and really having to change our life 360 in the past 365 days, right? And so gratitude just teaches us how to be happy about what we do have, and that really helps us to feel inspired and to feel motivated about our life and the direction that it's going in our future. There's just a lot of benefits to gratitude. I'm just gonna share a couple that resonated with me, and hopefully it also resonates with you. But first and foremost, gratitude improves our relationships and also opens up the door to additional relationships. When we learn to be grateful, we naturally begin to be kinder to our others. We also start to be kinder to ourselves, so developing a stronger compassion for ourselves. And as a result, we actually start to acknowledge people around us a little bit more. So whether that's writing thank you notes or thank you emails or texts to other people, holding doors to strangers, smiling to people a little bit more in public. By the way, which is still awkward with the masks, I feel like every time I'm in public, you know, you can kind of tell when people are smiling with your eyes, right? But I'm still like smiling and everything at people, and then people are just like, and I'm like, okay. The second benefit is that it improves our physical and psychological health. As people who are a little bit more grateful take their health a little bit more seriously. So having more frequent checkups at the doctor, they're more inspired to work out and take care of their health, because they're probably thinking like, ooh, I'm grateful that I have a healthy body and that it's able, so let's take advantage of it and, you know, get it in the best shape as much as possible. Also on that note, gratitude releases dopamine and serotonin in our brains. And when that happens, we naturally just have like a more positive outlook on life, which means that we can avoid or limit things like depression and anxiety or sense of, you know, low self-esteem or low confidence. So it really combats a lot of those mental health issues that people experience. And then the third benefit of gratitude is that it improves our self-esteem, so kind of what I was mentioning before, and reduces social comparison. Oh my gosh, that's so important. So I know for the ladies, even back before when social media was a thing, we just struggled so much with social comparison. So we already struggled with a lot of these just based on how the world and the media kind of brings up all of these standards that we should look like this or be like this. You know, for example, I would say back in the day, it was all about, you know, the thin, tall girls, you know, the models or whatever, skinny girls. Now it's about, well, it's perceived or more shown about the thicker BBW, you know, women and everything like that. So there's really, you know, no like, hey, you are perfect the way that you are. It's always like, nope, this way, that way. And media tries to figure out a way to make us feel bad about ourselves because we don't fit that certain image or that beauty standard. But because of that, for women and men, it can just be so difficult to reduce social comparisons because of the amount of pressure that our media and the world puts onto ourselves based on what's like in, right? And when we practice gratitude, it really just helps us to acknowledge and embrace the accomplishments that others have and that we also have. And so instead of looking at someone's social media profile and saying like, oh my gosh, like they're beautiful, I wish I had that life, I wish I had that look, etc., or I wish I would have earned that degree, more than likely times people who are more grateful will take a look at those same things and say, wow, I'm so proud of them, but I'm also proud of me too. And I just think, you know, it's so important to celebrate others, but it's also just important to celebrate yourself. Quick personal story on that note. I used to do this so much, like I probably stopped doing this like the past year. There were so many times in the past where I would like always want to strive for more, like, oh my gosh, Larissa, you're not doing enough, or you need to, you know, achieve this, and just kind of like always on the go, which there's nothing wrong with achieving high and having high standards for yourself. But the more that I continued to do that, I just found myself getting a little bit more frustrated because it felt like what I wasn't excelling, but reality showed something completely opposite. There was a moment when I realized like, wait a minute, Larissa, you're complaining about this, but did you know that you received these amount of promotions in the past X amount of years? Or did you know that you received this super cool gig, evolved into this person that you are today? The health and well-being journey, just always wanting to strive for a certain image, but failing to realize that, wait, actually, do you know how much you've grown in your health and well-being journey in the past 3 years? Anyways, looking in the mirror, when we think about quote unquote bad things or the good things that we've accomplished, it can be just as difficult to look at. And so I just encourage that you just really take the time to reflect on how much you have accomplished, because that will help you understand and realize the potential that is already within you. Moving along, how do you practice gratitude? Well, one thing I would say is it looks different for every single person. So you just got to make sure that you, oh my gosh, excuse me. You just got to make sure that you choose something that's meaningful for you and keep you motivated to practicing it. I personally love to practice gratitude through journaling and prayer. So I just, write down a few things that I'm grateful about each day and then thank God for the things that I do have. I've also been kind of switching up my prayers a little bit and praying for, the people, not only praying for the people around me that I love, but just being grateful of how much they have accomplished as well. When you practice the gratitude, the goal, right, just like working out, is to create it into a habit. doing it daily so that it's just a natural thing that you do in your everyday life. No matter how hard life gets, or no matter how smooth and easy it is for you in the moment. One tip that I've learned as well, and that I have personally experienced, is that when you practice gratitude, it's so much more effective if you do it in the morning, because you're just starting your day grounded, centered, and getting that intrinsic kind of like energy going to keep you pushing throughout your day. So these are just a few different ways that you can practice gratitude. Number one, you can journal 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for each day. You can write sticky notes in an easy place that you can visit every day. So whether that's, you know, on your bedroom mirror or bathroom or work desk, wherever is going to be an easy place for you to see it. You can also pray gratitude meditation or affirmations. This can be a guided meditation or affirmations through YouTube or a podcast, for example, or you can make up your own. Looking up activities that will help you be a little bit more intentional with it, which is what we'll do next. Yeah, those are just a few different examples. It literally takes like 2 minutes to like 10 minutes or a few seconds to practice it. You can do it. So to conclude our conversation today, we're just gonna do a 3-part exercise. You're free to follow along with me. You can pause in between each section, or you can also visit this a little bit later if you want a little bit more downtime. So let's get into it. Find whatever you can to write with. It can be a pencil, it can be your laptop, it can be your phone, wherever. So for part 1, I want you to take about 2 to 3 minutes to journal and reflect on what you're grateful for in the 4 different ways. Identify, number 1, 3 things that you're grateful for and appreciate about your life. Number 2, identify 3 things that you take for granted but you're actually very thankful for. Number 3, identify 3 things you appreciate most about yourself. And lastly, identify 3 people who had a significant and positive experience in your life. For section 2, now that you have all those written down, I want you to take all the people that you wrote down that you're grateful for that had a positive experience in your life, and write a small thank you note to all 3 people. Then, after you write that, I challenge you this week or the next few days to send that thank you note to them. It could be a text, it could be an email, it could be a letter, a card, a phone call. Share with them why you're thankful for them. And this can be a few sentences or it can be a few words. Then the last section of our exercise, I want you to write a note to yourself, thanking yourself for all of your accomplishments, thanking yourself for all the challenges that you've overcome. It could be anything. It could be thanking yourself for feeding your body with healthy nutrients. Then I want you to take that note or sticky note or reminder and place it in somewhere that can help you remind yourself of who you are, of how great you are whenever you feel down. After you've completed this exercise, I would just love to know how did it make you feel? What were some takeaways? What was beneficial? And what other exercises you think we could explore together. With that, we're done. And I just want to say I'm grateful for all of you and all of the love that you've shown and given to this channel. Please let me know if this topic was helpful for you. Let me know what other topics you think would be beneficial, or if we need to dig deeper into a specific topic together. Please share what other ways you practice gratitude daily. Remember, this space is for you and really providing you the resources that you need to design the best version of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.